All right, what we're going to be working with here is what's called the arithmetic of functions. We're going to be finding the sum, difference, product, and quotient of two functions. So here we're given two functions, 2x squared plus 1, and the other function g of x is 3x plus 1. We're asked first to find the sum of the two functions f and g. So first thing we need to realize is that by definition, this means all we do is take our f of x and we add it to our g of x. Now this means we take f of x, which is 2x squared plus 1, and we add it to g of x, which is 3x plus 1. And now we combine any like terms. Now the only like terms that we have are the 1 plus 1. So we've got 2x squared plus 3x plus 2. So that is the sum of those two functions. So now if you were asked to do like f plus g of 2, all you would have to do is take this result and plug 2 into it. So you plug 2 in here, you get 2 times 2 squared plus 3 times 2 plus 2. Then you multiply this all out. So you get 4 here times 2, which is 8, plus 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2. Then add all this up together, you get 16. So that's how you'd find a sum, and then or the sum of the functions at x, and then use that to find the sum of the functions at a given value. Okay, now for this next problem, we're going to be finding the difference of the functions. I'm going to erase this over here. So to find the difference, what we need to recognize is that this means you take f of x, that's the first one, you subtract from that g of x. So it's very similar to the sum, except for now we're going to use subtraction. Now the important thing to notice here is that subtraction, we have to be careful because subtraction will distribute through each of the terms of g. So what I'll do is I'll kind of stress that by writing 2x squared plus 1, that's our f, minus our g of x, which is 3x plus 1. Now, we don't need the parentheses here. I just did that to stress the fact that that's f. But here, the minus is going to distribute here, become negative 3x, and then minus 1. And now what we do is we collect the like terms again. We have 2x squared, we have minus 3x, and then we have 1 minus 1, which is 0. So that's going to be the difference of those two functions. And again, if we wanted to plug in a number, we just plug it into this. Okay, for the next problem, what we're going to do is find the product. So it's f times g of x. Now by definition, this means f of x times g of x. And I'll erase this here so we can get our work going here. This means we're going to take f of x, which is 2x squared plus 1. We're going to multiply that times 3x plus 1. Notice my use of parentheses here because we're going to have to FOIL or expand this out. So here we go, 2x squared times 3x, which gives us 2x cubed. Then we do 2x squared times 1, which gives us just plus 2x squared. We do 1 times 3x, which just gives us 3x. And then we do 1 times 1, which gives us 1. Now we collect like terms, but notice there are no like terms, so we are done. Okay, if we wanted to plug in a value, like if we wanted f times g of, let's say, 5, we just plug 5 into that and we would get our result. The last thing is the quotient here. And for the quotient, we do f divided by g. That means f goes on top, so that means you can take f of x and you're going to divide it by g of x. And now that means we're going to take f of x, which is 2x squared plus 1, and we divide it by g, which is 3x plus 1. And we can't really do anything to simplify that, so we just close it off. Now there are some issues that we have to be concerned with, especially domains. We'll take a look at that in our next problem.